2 tickets to burn. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my first guest is one of the greatest filmmakers of our time. His films include Mean Streets, Taxi Driver, Raging Bull, Goodfellas, and Casino. His latest film, Kundun, is in theaters right now. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Martin Scorsese. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you. Thank you.
We appreciate you being here. I saw Kundun last night, and this is a stunning movie. I mean, visually, it just bowls you over.
Yeah, no, we took us about 100 days to shoot it, and Roger Deakins, that was our director of photography, and we shot it in Morocco. In fact, in Morocco, we shot in this town called Ouarzazate, which sounds like it's part of a Bud Abbott, Lou Costello routine, you know.
Right,
what was
right.
That? Ouarzazate, yeah.
Right, right.
And
we're going to use it, actually. We're
yeah,
not...
no, it's not bad. It's not bad. But actually, Ouarzazate is in the middle of the, it's right on the edge of the Sahara Desert, and it's over the Atlas Mountains. And it was originally the first, it was the last outpost of the Foreign Legion. After that, it was nothing.
So it's pretty much the end of the earth here.
Pretty much there, yeah. And that's where I saw you guys every night.
We're on there?
Oh, you're on there.
We're on, because we're on NBC Europe, and I guess there's a satellite or something.
We were, you know, the Berber Palace Hotel, and the Kenzi Agur Hotel. They have it right there. That's all they got. Ibrahim and Ahmed.
Because I heard a rumor that you, I heard a rumor that you shot out your TV set. I was curious what that was all about.
A little edgy.
What a beautiful place. I'm really removed from society. No. Click. Hi, Andy. Click.
I swear that they're every night.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, let's talk about more important work, your film. This is very unusual because I'm watching this movie. It's not often you go and see a movie by a major, you know, director that's done by, it's a Disney film. It's from the Disney company. And no big American stars in it. You went all the way. It's all Tibetan.
Yeah, I mean, we felt that because of the nature of the material, the only way you could really do it seriously or honestly was to have Tibetans play the parts, real Tibetans who are not actors, and not people who wanted to say, not people who said, look, I'm a non-actor, I'd like to hang out for like 5 months on a movie set and do a picture. No, these people, once they were finally found, really representing their culture and their religion and the Dalai Lama and that sort of thing. So they were there.
Were you getting pressure from the studio? You know, just... You know, maybe Pat Morita could be the Dalai Lama, you know, maybe...
There was a couple of hints, but I said, no, I don't think so. I don't think it's going to
He's very good, you know.
I'm sure.
Check out Karate Kids 1 and 2.
I'm sure. I looked there later.
I like the part in your movie where the Dalai Lama shows his moves. Crack! Oh!
You couldn't do it. I mean, and also it's a story of Tibetans, and I didn't want to do a film where you had the Westerner kind of translating for us, so it makes it easier for us. And I just say they're people. If you follow them as people, you care about the little boy. Right. You care about the family. You care about them.
You have different actors playing different stages. I thought the 2-year-old is amazing. The 6-year-old I thought was excellent. Well, the 6-year the Dalai Lama at age 6. Yes. What's he like? What does he do?
Kunga. He's from New Delhi, and he's a remarkable boy. I was sitting there after about a week working with this kid. I'm looking around him. He's running around the set. Then I see he's moving he's walking with his hands in his pockets, and he's doing. I realize he's imitating me.
He was imitating you?
Yeah, the kid, and finally he figured how to yell. You know, action, cut, got behind the camera. He was taking over the picture. No, I'm serious.
That is so annoying.
I was very, stop that. Get over here now. Come on, we have to go to work.
Does he, is that someone who, what's going to happen to someone like him?
It's very interesting because he's a reincarnate. They believe he's a reincarnate of a very important Tibetan Buddhist monk, and he has to go to monastery. He'll be going to monastery in about 2 or 3 weeks. But he wanted to get a couple of pictures under his belt before. He said, no, seriously, he wants to be in more movies. I said, you don't want it, believe me. Believe me.
There aren't many people in Hollywood who are like, pursue big film career or Tibetan monk. Which way to go?
The kid's going into the monastery in about 3 weeks.
You know, something that just occurs to me is what's it like to hang out in Morocco with a bunch of Tibetans? You know, it's
because, you could not film the movie in Tibet for obvious reasons.
No,
the Chinese government is not thrilled that you made this movie.
Not too happy. And also, we couldn't go to India. Right. I tried. I was in India for 2.5 weeks. We tried, and they They're very nice. After about 4 or 5 months of asking, they finally said, we cannot give you an answer at this time.
Right.
Which meant, you know, they can't get involved. So
we use that excuse here a lot.
Yes. They weren't going to give us a no, but they weren't going to give us a yes. And so immediately I said, let's get our production manager and production designer, Dante Ferretti, to Ouarzazate. And within a half day, they called up and said, we could do it here. I can make it look like Tibet. It's a great...
It looks, I mean, not that I've been to Tibet, but not lately anyway, but visually it's stunning, and you believe for all the world that you're in Tibet. We have to do a commercial right now. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, more with Martin Scorsese, so stick around. Everyone, I'm here with Martin Scorsese, and we're going to show a clip now from Kundun, and tell us, this is
right after they've selected the young boy as the reincarnate of the 13th Dalai Lama, becoming the 14th, and they take him out to a special ceremony out in the middle of the desert where they have all the different dignitaries meet, and it's the first time he's really announced as the 14th Dalai Lama.
And it's a very, when you're watching the film, it's a really strange moment because he's a 2-year-old kid who thinks he's, or to everyone else appears like any other 2-year-old kid, and these people show up and say, no, this is the reincarnation of the Dalai Lama, and they have this ceremony. Take a look. And I should point out, so that's an interesting part of the movie, too. I should point out that the couple that they cut to in the crowd,
the mother and father.
That's the mother and father, and it's a weird thing for them because imagine
they figured he's got to be a high lama of some sort, but not the Dalai Lama.
Right.
You know, this is a big deal.
Yeah, and it turns out actually very nicely for them.
Yeah,
there's some cash prizes that go with it. He got a refrigerator.
Oh yeah, and probably got more horses and stuff.
I was curious about just talking about movie making, but the film Titanic. Which a lot of people have been talking about, has entered this new stratosphere of costing in excess of $200 million.
Yep.
And I was curious, as a filmmaker, your films are usually done on a fairly conservative budget, especially by Hollywood standards. And I think for you, a stratospheric movie budget was on the order of $50 million, I think, for
60,
Casino.
Yeah. 55 for Casino, actually.
Right, and for you, that was just the most amount. That was the most money that you could imagine spending on a film. If they came to you and said, we want you to make a movie, and here's $220 million, how would you do it?
I mean, first thing comes to mind, you'd take the $60 million and pocket the rest somehow. To make it, I mean,
there's a way.
What's wrong with it? How are you going to do it? I mean, the picture...
I could help you with this if you want help. I have a sheet. You stick around after the show. We're going to
add the wig budget.
Giant wig.
You know, what would you do with it? What would you do with it? I mean, first of all, the film has to be, you know, a lot of that money, $50 million went into special effects. I can't wait to see. I haven't seen the film yet, Titanic. I understand the special effects are wonderful. I want to see that.
They are impressive. I mean, I have to say, when the budget starts to get that much, one of the reasons I went to see the movie was to see somebody spend $200 million. It's just, I mean, if the movie had been a guy in a room burning $200 million, I'd have watched for 3 hours and like, oh man, that's incredible. And of course, that's a movie, another movie we might want to make.
Yes.
Make a $50 million, we're halfway through the movie, they burn the rest. I also wanted to talk to you about this book, which is, I was flipping through today, and it's got a lot of my favorite movies in here. It's a personal journey with Martin Scorsese through American movies. These are some of your interviews with directors.
No, these actually, what this is the actual script and format of the documentary that I made with Michael Henry Wilson, who co-wrote this, which will be available in March, and will be, I think, be shown on AMC, American Movie Classics.
But you talked to a number of people who were involved with the film.
A few. But what this is not really a history of American movies. What this is, for me, American movies started with the first movie I saw by title that I can remember when I was 4 years old, Duel in the Sun. And so that was the first thing I remember, this wild color movie with Jennifer Jones and Gregory Peck, and incredible direction and insane music, and very, very over-the-top melodrama in a way. And then I go through, it's like taking somebody through kind of your private museum. And the films I talk about are not the films that are like the Academy Award winners and things like that. There are a couple in there, but not all of them. And I talk about films that sort of meant something to me when I saw them. When I was young, and then my teenage years, and that sort of thing. And then some films that definitely influenced me, pictures like Bigger Than Life and a number of others.
It's kind of cool because so many people write about certain movies get written about a great deal, and then I was flipping through here, and there's a still from the Roaring Twenties, which I'll never forget when I was a kid and they replayed that on Channel 38, which is a local Boston affiliate. That is a great movie, and I was, 10 years old. I thought that's a great movie.
It's the seminal gangster film, Hollywood gangster film. They're into everything: show business and rum running, all kinds of stuff. It's wild.
It's incredibly violent. People tend to think violence entered movies in the '60s. That is a scary, violent movie.
And all the gangster films come from that and that earlier film, Scarface, which we talk about, the one with Paul Muni, Howard Hawks directed.
Yeah. It's incredible stuff. Speaking of which, Kundun is at theaters right now, playing everywhere. And this book, A Personal Journey with Martin Scorsese Through American Movies, is out right now. People should check that out. Always a thrill to have you on the program. Thank you very much for being here. Martin Scorsese. We'll take a break. We'll be right back with Maria.